Want to learn an hour of fun facts? Subscribe to Zarpado. We are already starting. A team of engineers in Japan is developing the SkyDrive SD-05, a vertical takeoff electric flying vehicle that could be ready before the year 2027. Its compact design wants to replace normal city taxis. It uses high-density batteries that let it fly up to about 19 miles. In Iceland, a geyser called Strákur shoots hot water more than 66 feet into the air every few minutes. Its activity seems to match the pull of the moon. Many tourists call it a geothermal clock on Earth. In Saudi Arabia, the line is being built. It is a straight megacity about 106 miles long, with no roads and no emissions. The Saudi government says it will hold more than 900,000 people in a single futuristic space with climate control and magnetic trains. Every year in the Nevada desert, the Burning Man Festival brings together more than 7,000 people. They build a temporary city for art, technology, and self-expression. After 1 week, they take almost everything down and try to leave the desert clean. In the year 2022, archaeologists found an intact tomb more than 4,000 years old in Saqqara, Egypt. Inside were mummies covered in gold leaf and painted symbols. The walls showed rituals from the time of Pharaoh Djedkare that experts did not know before. A rare thing happens at Lake Hillier in Western Australia. The water is a constant deep pink color. Scientists say the color comes from tiny salt-loving organisms that can live in extreme salty water. It looks like it came from another planet. In the entertainment world, the creators of Grand Theft Auto 5 hid a secret on a mountain. There is a UFO mural. If you complete certain missions, a flying saucer will appear over Mount Chiliad. This secret keeps players talking more than 10 years later. In South Korea, an experimental train called the Hypertube Express says it can reach about 620 miles per hour. It uses a low-pressure tube system, similar to the Hyperloop idea from Elon Musk. If it works, the trip between Seoul and Busan could drop to about 20 minutes. In Bolivia, the Oruro Carnival mixes indigenous traditions and Christian dances. The giant parade tells a story of good and evil. UNESCO named it World Heritage. You will see demon masks, Andean music, and fireworks that light the whole city. An amazing weather event happens in Venezuela. It is called the Catatumbo Lightning. Storms return to the same spot by Lake Maracaibo up to 260 nights a year. Scientists say winds from the Andes Mountains crash into warm air from the lake and trigger constant lightning. The Tesla semi-prototype, shown in the year 2024, uses artificial intelligence to plan routes that avoid traffic and even storms. It can also charge its battery to 80% in only 30 minutes. In Norway, the Stad Naval Tunnel project plans to cut through an entire mountain so ships can pass inside it. The tunnel will be about 5,600 feet long, a little over 1 mile. It would be the first sea tunnel for ships on Earth and could change travel in Northern Europe. In Japan, the Hadaka Matsuri Festival brings together thousands of men who wear only a loincloth. They try to grab a sacred stick called shingi. This tradition started in the 15th century. People believe it gives spiritual cleaning and good luck for the new year. A beautiful natural event happens in the Atacama Desert. Every few years, after rare, heavy rain, thousands of wildflowers suddenly bloom. The driest desert on Earth turns into a giant, colorful field. People call it the flowering desert. Airbus engineers are working on the Zero-E, a plane that uses liquid hydrogen. They say it could fly with zero carbon by the year 2030. The design uses a special blended wing shape that can raise aerodynamic efficiency by up to 20%. In China, the Three Gorges Dam makes so much electricity that it equals what a whole medium-sized country uses in a year. NASA has said the mass of all that water was so big it even moved Earth's rotation axis by about 0.8 inch. The Aptera Solar EV, made in California, can travel more than 621 miles without plugging in. It has solar panels on the body. Its shape is smooth like a dolphin to cut air resistance and save energy. During filming of Breaking Bad, director Vince Gilligan used the code 8B8 on Walter White's license plate. If you flip it, it looks like BB-08. This is a small secret message that points to Better Call Saul, which is the prequel series. In Dubai, the Hyperloop One project links terminals with capsules that move inside low-pressure tubes. Early tests in the desert showed speeds of about 680 miles per hour. That is faster than many normal passenger jets. In Scotland, the Up Heli Ah festival ends with people burning a full-size Viking-style ship. The event happens every January. It celebrates the Old Norse roots of the Shetland Islands. At night, the fire and torches look like an ancient raid scene. Lake Natron in Tanzania turns animals that fall into it into what look like petrified statues because of its extreme alkalinity. Photographer Nick Brandt captured images of birds that look like natural sculptures, which caused both fascination and fear. Joby Aviation is testing electric air taxis in California that take off vertically and can reach about 200 miles per hour. The goal is to start commercial service by the year 2026 and begin the era of city air transport. In the movie The Matrix Reloaded, the famous green code includes Japanese characters, backwards numbers, and even sushi recipes. Designer Simon Whiteley said that his wife, who is from Tokyo, gave him the cooking recipes that became part of the code. In Brazil, the Parintins Festival puts two rivals, Boi Garantido and Boi Caprichoso, on the same stage in a huge battle of music, theater, and Amazon legend. Every year, the show uses drones and holograms to tell stories in front of a live crowd. The Mayan train in Mexico mixes new rail technology with ancient routes. Its path connects archaeological ruins and tropical ecosystems and tries to push sustainable tourism and protect culture in the southeast of the country. In The Simpsons, in the 1995 episode called Lisa's Wedding, the show predicted smartwatches and video calls. Many years later, both things exist in real life, which made the show famous for seeing the future. In Norway, the midnight sun shines for 24 hours a day in summer. This happens because of the tilt of Earth's axis. People there hold parties at night while the sky is still full daylight. The Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR, inspired by the movie Avatar, can be controlled with simple hand gestures, and it can read the driver's pulse. The inside of the car changes based on the user's mood, and it uses materials that are fully recyclable. In the year 2023, archaeologists in Japan found a curved sword more than 9 feet long. It was buried next to a warrior from the 4th century. The spiral design is totally unique, so experts think it was made for ceremony, not for real battle. In Greenland, the Jakobshavn Glacier moves forward and backwards several miles each year, and it makes deep sounds under the ice. Scientists call it a global heartbeat. These sounds help scientists study how fast the planet is melting. The Japanese company Mimic Motion makes prosthetic arms and hands inspired by octopus tentacles. These robotic limbs use soft suction cups that grab like real skin and let people move with more control than a normal human hand. This was first shown in the year 2023. In the year 2020, a volcano in the Philippines blasted ash more than 9 miles high. At sunrise, the ash cloud looked like a giant dragon in the sky. Thousands of people shared the photo and turned it into an internet legend. Drone engineers are studying how hummingbirds fly so they can build flying robots that stay stable in strong wind. At Stanford University, they copied the tiny wing structure of a hummingbird. This lets the drone hover in place without wasting too much energy. During the quarantine in the year 2020, a simple TikTok video of a man on a skateboard, drinking cranberry juice and listening to the song Dreams made Fleetwood Mac popular again. The clip pushed sales of the band from the 1970s back up worldwide. The tallest tree on Earth is called Hyperion. It is about 377 feet tall. It was discovered in a redwood forest in California in the year 2006. The exact spot is kept secret so tourists do not damage it. Boston Dynamics made a robot called Spot Mini that can open doors like a trained dog. Its artificial intelligence studies the room, figures out what to do, and then moves its flexible body almost like a living animal. In the year 2022 in Nazaré, Portugal, German surfer Sebastian Stutner rode a wave around 85 feet high. That is about the height of an 8-story building. It became the world record and shocked the surfing world. A kid known as Corn Kid went viral on TikTok for talking with pure joy about corn. His line, "It is corn," became a song, a meme, and even school material. It showed how real excitement from a child can take over the internet. The Perito Moreno Glacier in Argentina can move forward up to about 6.5 feet per day. It makes loud cracking noises that geologists call the heartbeat of the ice. About every 4 years, a huge block of ice collapses and breaks away in front of crowds at Los Glaciares National Park. In the year 2019, someone posted a picture of a plain egg on Instagram and asked people to like it so it would beat Kylie Jenner. It worked. The egg passed 50 million likes. It turned into a massive social experiment about fame. The largest flower on Earth, Rafflesia arnoldii, can grow to about 3.3 feet across. It smells like rotten meat. The bad smell brings in insects, which carry its pollen so it can reproduce. In the year 2022, a video from Brazil went viral when a cat walked into a church during Mass. Instead of pushing it away, the priest calmly held and petted the cat while talking. Millions of people watched it and said kindness can also be holy. Smart material designers built fabrics that work like a chameleon. Tiny crystals in the fabric change color with light or temperature. In the future, this could let clothes change color by themselves with no paint or dye. A Star Wars fan built a working lightsaber that shoots plasma hotter than 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. He posted the build on YouTube in the year 2021. The video passed 20 million views and proved that science fiction ideas can become real tools. Engineers at Caltech build a solar panel system inspired by a sunflower. It turns and follows the sun by itself. In lab tests, this heliotropic design raised energy capture by up to 40%. In the year 2018, the Kiki Challenge exploded online. People all over the world filmed themselves dancing beside a moving car. Police in many countries called it dangerous and banned it, but it still became part of internet history. German engineers designed high-speed trains with a front shape inspired by the hammerhead shark. The Velaro Novo models cut air drag and use about 30% less energy than older trains. In the Sahara Desert, a temporary lake sometimes appears after rare, heavy rain. The bright blue water is there only for a few days, then it dries up. What is left behind is white salt and even old fish fossils. The view looks almost alien. Using the quiet flight of an owl as a model, engineers in Britain built wind turbines with special edges on the blades. These blades cut noise by up to 70% while keeping strong performance. The longest rainbow ever recorded was seen in Taiwan in the year 2017. It lasted almost 9 hours. Experts said it happened because the air stayed very humid and the sun stayed in just the right position for a long time. On Reddit, Taylor Swift fans found a secret code in the album Midnights. Each letter matched a star constellation. When they put the pattern together, it spelled lover. The discovery spread fast like a sky puzzle. The shortest river on Earth, the Roe River in Montana, is only about 200 feet long. It connects an underground spring to the Missouri River. Even though it is tiny, it supports a surprisingly rich world of microscopic life. On Mount Etna, an eruption in the year 2022 created lightning bolts inside giant lava columns. This event is called a dirty storm. Ash in the air builds up electric charge and the sky flashes violet. A Harry Potter fan rebuilt Hogwarts in Minecraft with extreme detail. The work started in the year 2014 and took more than 6 years. Warner Brothers noticed and later hired him for digital projects. Now that world can even be explored in virtual reality. In the year 2022, Khaby Lame became the most followed person on TikTok. He did it mainly by using silence, facial reactions, and disbelief. His simple style crossed every language and culture. In Canada, Lake Abraham traps methane bubbles under the ice in winter. The bubbles look like glowing lanterns rising through clear glass. Every cold season, photos of this lake go viral. It is beautiful and also a reminder that methane is a dangerous gas. Barbie fans turned the phrase, "Hi Ken," into a global joke during the movie release in the year 2023. Social media exploded with pink outfits, memes, and retro looks. The movie then made more than $1 billion in theaters. Deep under Turkey is Derinkuyu, an underground city carved more than 2,000 years ago. This huge maze could protect about 2,000 people. It had air shafts, stables, and even schools. The tunnels reached down to about 280 feet below the surface. In the year 2023, scientists found a new glowing jellyfish in the Pacific Ocean called Atolla reynoldsi. It has an umbrella shape and gives off spirals of blue light, almost like an alien signal. It was seen more than 3,300 feet below the surface. The artificial intelligence robot Ameca, made by the British company Engineered Arts, shocks people with almost human facial expressions. Its silicone face can smile, frown, and show confusion. Many people call it the most realistic humanoid robot in the world right now. In the Namib Desert, there is a place called the Whistling Forest. The rock shapes there make musical sounds when the wind moves through them. Local people say the stones sing. Geologists say it is a natural vibration in the rock. In Australia, scientists found a kind of shark that seems to walk on the seafloor using its fins-like legs. Its name is Hemicillium halmahera. It moves between coral at night in a way that looks like a cartoon character. In the year 2022, Boston Dynamics showed the Atlas robot dancing. It jumped, spun, and moved in sync with the song "Do You Love Me?" The video passed 50 million views and proved that robots can have rhythm. The Ice Bucket Challenge, which began in the year 2014, turned charity into a global wave. More than 17 million people dumped ice water on themselves to support research for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Celebrities, scientists, and normal people all joined in. On the island of Kawah Ijen in Indonesia, blue fire can be seen at night. The effect comes from burning sulfur at temperatures hotter than 1,100 degrees Fahrenheit. The result looks like rivers of living blue flames. In the year 2022, experts confirmed Phryganistria chinensis as the longest insect on Earth. It can reach about 2 feet in length. Its body blends in so well with branches that it was first found by accident in a greenhouse in China. In Bolivia, the Valley of the Souls is filled with tall stone towers shaped by millions of years of wind. The spires look like organ pipes from a giant cathedral. Many locals see it as a spiritual doorway. In the year 2023, researchers in Ecuador described a see-through frog called Hyalinobatrachium yaku. You can actually watch its heart beating through its clear chest. It is like a living gem of the Amazon rainforest. In Japan, a robot named Pepper works as a receptionist, a teacher, and even as a Buddhist monk. Pepper can read emotions and answer with gestures. During the pandemic, it even helped lead streamed funerals. The Harlem Shake Challenge in the year 2013 spread at record speed. More than 4,000 versions were uploaded in about 1 month. Offices, schools, and even military groups filmed their own 15-second chaos dances. In Turkey, the Pamukkale waterfalls look like white snow, but they are not ice. They are bright white terraces made from limestone and hot spring water. The name means cotton castle. The shape forms slowly as calcium built up over thousands of years. The robot Sophia, made by Hanson Robotics, was given Saudi Arabian citizenship in the year 2017. Sophia can talk, tell jokes, and study human faces. Some people see it as progress, others feel uneasy. In the year 2019, the Area 51 raid meme brought thousands of people together in the desert. The joke was that they were going to run in and see the aliens. The raid never really happened, but the memes, parties, and media noise exploded. In Mexico, the Cave of Crystals holds giant blocks of gypsum up to about 36 feet tall. The air inside can reach around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Without a special suit, a person can only stay inside for a very short time. In the year 2024, a team announced a deep-sea snail with natural armor made of iron. Its name is Chrysomalin squamiferum. It lives near underwater volcanoes and mixes biology with its own metal shield. The android Cyber One, presented by Xiaomi, can hug, read mood, and even balance on one leg. During its first live show in Beijing, people were shocked. It showed that empathy might be something a robot can learn. In the year 2020, the coffin dance meme became a symbol of dark global humor. The videos showed Ghanaian pallbearers dancing with a coffin to electronic music. People used it to mark both total failures and perfect victory moments. In Iceland, Lake Viti sits inside the crater of an old volcano. The water is an intense blue-green and can reach about 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The name VT means hell, but the place looks more like a geothermal spa. In the Philippines, the Hinatuan River is called the Enchanted River. The water is so clear that fish look like they are floating in the air. The river seems to rise from nowhere and then vanish underground. Its true depth is still unknown. In Mexico in the year 2023, scientists announced a new spider with markings that look like a panda face. They named it Loridia panda. Its cute look spread fast across social media. The robot chef Molly, built in London, can cook more than 5,000 recipes with no human help. It can peel, fry, bake, plate the meal, and even clean up. In its 2022 live demo, it cooked a perfect risotto while the audience watched in shock. In the year 2021, a video of a boy dancing in the rain with a broken umbrella to the song "Stayin' Alive" became a symbol of optimism. His big smile was shared millions of times with the phrase "dance, even if everything breaks." In Ethiopia, the Danakil Desert mixes geysers, acidic lakes, and active volcanoes in one extreme place. It is one of the hottest zones on Earth, where temperatures can rise above 122 degrees Fahrenheit, and the landscape looks like a surreal painting. Scientists found a fish in the Mariana Trench at more than 26,000 feet below the surface. The species, called Pseudoleperis swiri, survives pressure that would crush a submarine and has a soft body built for the deep. In the year 2022, Tesla showed the Optimus robot. It can walk, pick up objects, and do simple household work. Elon Musk said the goal is to create a universal helper for humanity, which caused both excitement and jokes online. In Slovenia, Lake Bled has a small island with a church in the center. Tradition says that if you climb the 99 steps and ring the bell, your wish will come true. Thousands of visitors do it every year in the middle of fog and legend. A mushroom found in Madagascar, Mycena luxaturna, glows in the dark with a green light. Its name means eternal light, and it inspires research in biolighting and future materials. The Macker Shocker robot bartender in Dubai mixes drinks in just seconds with very high accuracy. You control it with an app. It can prepare more than 200 cocktails in 1 hour, and even invent custom mixes based on your mood. In the year 2021, the devious lick trend exploded on social media. Students filmed themselves stealing random objects from school, even things like soap dispensers and bathroom mirrors. Many were punished, but the meme became a global joke about absurd viral fame. In Scotland, Fingal's Cave is made of perfect hexagon stone columns that look like they were carved by geometry. Its echo is so strong and clear that the composer Felix Mendelssohn wrote music inspired by it in the year 1829. In the year 2023, researchers announced a snail that can survive frozen for weeks and then wake up when warmed. This extreme survival may help future medical research in cryogenics. The DID artificial intelligence system can turn old photos into moving video, where faces blink, smile, and look alive. In the year 2022, people used it to animate pictures of their grandparents. In the year 2019, the Baby Shark dance video reached more than 10 billion views. The simple song became a world hit and was even used in schools to teach rhythm and language to little kids. In the year 2024, engineers revealed the Unitree H1 robot. It can run at about 7 miles per hour and even do flips. Videos of it went viral because the robot looks like it actually enjoys moving. One strange mystery is the bloop, an underwater sound recorded in the South Pacific in the year 1997. It was so powerful that some people thought it came from a giant unknown sea creature. Its true source is still being debated. In the year 2020, researchers in Malaysia studied a sea slug called Elysia chlorotica that can photosynthesize like a plant. It steals chloroplasts from algae and turns sunlight into energy, making it part animal and part plant. In Japan, a gadget known as the toilet speaker plays music when someone uses the bathroom. It was designed to cover embarrassing sounds. It became popular in Tokyo for being useful and funny at the same time. In the year 2022, Doja Cat appeared at Paris Fashion Week, completely covered in red Swarovski crystals. The look took more than 4 hours to apply and became a massive viral moment that mixed fashion, performance, and shock value. One of the strangest internet habits is the mukbang trend, which began in South Korea in the year 2010. People stream themselves eating huge amounts of food while talking to viewers. Millions watch for comfort, curiosity, or just the weird spectacle. The mystery of the Costa Rican spheres has confused experts since the 1940s. Thousands of almost perfectly round stone balls lie in jungles and fields. No one fully agrees on who made them, how they were shaped, or why. An unusual invention from the year 2022 is the sleeping fish gadget from Australia. It measures the sleep quality of pet fish using motion sensors. Even though it sounds like a joke, it helps detect stress in expensive aquariums. During the Tokyo Olympics in the year 2021, high jumpers Gianmarco Tamberi from Italy and Mutaz Essa Barshim from Qatar agreed to share the gold medal. Their hug and celebration became one of the most loved viral moments of the Games. In the year 2018, scientists identified the Tapanuli orangutan in Indonesia as a brand new great ape species. There are only about 800 individuals left, making it one of the rarest apes on Earth. The mystery of the ghost ship Cause 2 in Australia shocked investigators in the year 2007. The boat was found drifting with the engine on and food set on the table, but the crew was gone. There were no signs of struggle and no clear answer. One of the strangest devices is the holographic hugging suit created in Japan in the year 2022. It uses air pressure to simulate a hug from far away. It was designed for long-distance couples and for people who feel alone. In Norway, the lights of the Hessdalen Valley have appeared in the sky since the 1980s. Bright yellow, white, or red orbs float and move with no clear pattern. Scientists still do not fully agree on what causes them. The jackalope, the myth of a rabbit with horns, was always seen as a tall tale from the American West. But in the year 2020, researchers described a virus that causes hard growths on rabbit heads, giving the legend a small base in biology. Silent disco is a modern party style where hundreds of people dance in total quiet. Everyone wears wireless headphones and listens to their own music. From the outside, it looks like a crowd moving with no sound at all. In the Namib Desert, strange circles called fairy circles cover the ground for miles. In the year 2022, scientists said they form because plant roots fight for water in dry soil. What looked like magic turned out to be survival math. A mystery that still has no final answer is the wave of metallic monoliths that appeared in different countries in the year 2020. No group took credit. Their sharp silver look and the timing reminded people of the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, which fueled alien theories. One of the most unusual tech ideas is the hamster translator, a Japanese prototype from the year 2022. It claims to read hamster sounds and map them to emotional states like happiness or stress. It was shown in tech fairs with a mix of science and comedy. At the Met Gala in the year 2023, Jared Leto arrived dressed as a giant cat. It was a tribute to fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld's pet. The outfit was shocking, funny, and instantly viral. The mystery of the Marfa lights in Texas has continued since the year 1883. Floating glowing orbs appear over the desert at night. They move in ways that do not match car lights, planes, or known weather effects. In the year 2021, scientists in Ecuador described a translucent frog called Hylinobatrachium yaku. Its skin is so clear you can watch its heart beating, like a living computer graphic. In the year 2022, the most talked about gadget was the Smart Nail, an artificial nail with a microchip that lets you make contactless payments. It was created in Sweden and combines style with modern tech in one simple accessory. In China, a modern tradition called Zhuazhou lets babies pick between symbolic objects to predict their future. In today's version, they now choose from smartphones, credit cards, and gadgets, showing how culture adapts to the digital world. The fire tornado recorded in California in the year 2019 created images that looked like the end of the world. It happens when hot air and flames twist together, forming a column of fire that can reach about 330 feet tall. In the year 2022, a man in Argentina built a flying grill called the Robot Barbecue. It was meant as a joke, but people loved it online, and it started real discussions about future cooking tech. The mystery of the Taos hum in New Mexico continues since the 1990s. It is a deep, low sound that only some people can hear. No device has ever recorded its true source, leading to theories about hidden frequencies or the Earth itself humming. In Madagascar, scientists found an insect in the year 2021 known as the Dracula moth. It drinks the tears of sleeping birds, a habit that breaks all usual animal logic. In South Korea, a gadget called the mirror device became popular in the year 2023. It uses facial recognition to compliment whoever looks into it, giving fun, uplifting comments. The mix of humor and AI made it go viral. Singer Lady Gaga caused shock at the MTV Awards in the year 2010 when she wore a full dress made of raw meat. Though controversial, it became a pop culture icon of rebellion and performance art. In Iceland, a volcano erupted in the year 2021 with lava that looked neon-colored. The unusual glow came from rare minerals, and many people online thought the footage was CGI. NASA's Perseverance rover, launched in the year 2020, had a hidden message on its parachute that said, "Dare mighty things." Internet users cracked the code after studying the parachute's red and white pattern. A cat named Stepan from Ukraine went viral during the war in the year 2022. His calm, unimpressed expression in the middle of chaos became a symbol of digital peace and humor. In the year 2023, scientists watched flamingos migrate to Lake Natron in Tanzania. The lake's toxic red waters are filled with soda and salt, yet the birds choose it to nest safely because no predators can survive there. One of the biggest projects of the decade is Starlab, a private space station built by Voyager Space and Airbus. Planned to launch in the year 2028, it will use inflatable labs and living modules to replace the International Space Station. The video game No Man's Sky broke records when it launched in the year 2016, creating a digital universe with more than 18 trillion planets. Every player explores their own world, something never seen before in gaming. In the year 2022, a huge dust storm from the Sahara reached Europe and turned skies orange across cities like Madrid and Marseille. The strange light made the world look like a science fiction movie. In Singapore, the Capita Spring Tower mixes gardens, offices, and sky paths. More than 80,000 plants grow on it, forming a green skyscraper that cleans tons of carbon dioxide each year. In Vienna, athlete Eliud Kipchoge ran a full marathon in less than 2 hours in the year 2019. It was not counted as an official record because of the setup, but it changed the limits of human running. In the year 2022, Danish architect Bjarke Ingels showed plans for OceanGate City, a floating city that resists hurricanes and uses underwater farms. It is designed to house 50,000 people above the sea in a self-powered system. Adelie penguins in Antarctica surprised experts in the year 2021 by building nests with bright-colored stones. Scientists think the birds pick colors to attract mates, showing creativity in nature. In Japan, the maglev train broke records in the year 2024 by reaching 375 miles per hour. The train floats above its tracks with magnets, making it feel more like flying than rolling. The migration of red crabs on Christmas Island, Australia, happens every year, but in the year 2022, it was so massive that roads had to close. Millions of red crabs walked to the ocean, turning the roads into a moving Red Sea. In the year 2022, players found a secret phone number hidden in Fortnite. When called, it played a recorded message from the game's founder thanking everyone, a surprise Easter egg for loyal fans. The Jeddah Tower in Saudi Arabia restarted construction in the year 2024. When finished, it will be the first building taller than 3,280 feet, breaking the global height record. In China, Liuzhou's Forest City aims to cover all its buildings with plants to clean the air. More than 30,000 trees and 400 plant species grow on its facades, creating a city that breathes. A rare event in the year 2023 brought the northern lights all the way to Mexico after a huge solar storm. The sky turned green, red, and purple, leaving millions amazed by a sight almost impossible in those latitudes. In Egypt, engineers designed the Cairo Eye, a Ferris wheel 460 feet tall that will show views of the Nile. The design takes inspiration from old clock mechanics to mix modern and classic art. One strange scene happened in China when clouds and sunlight created a perfect square reflection on buildings. People called it the square sky, and thousands filmed it in disbelief. In Iceland, gamers used real satellite data in the year 2022 to rebuild the entire country inside Minecraft. It lets players explore volcanoes and glaciers from anywhere on Earth. In the year 2023, Iranian climber Elnaz Rakabi climbed a 1,970-foot wall without ropes. Her courage and skill were praised around the world as one of the great modern climbing achievements. In the year 2024, Saudi Arabia announced Trojena, a ski resort in the middle of the desert with artificial snow and frozen lakes. It is planned to host the Asian Winter Games in the year 2029, an event that sounds almost impossible. The record for the longest bridge in the world belongs to the Danyang Kunshan Grand Bridge in China. It is about 102 miles long. It opened in the year 2011 and still stands out for its massive scale and its ability to resist earthquakes. In the year 2023, a young developer from the United States created the video game Only Up by himself. It blew up on TikTok in a few days. Its simple idea and extreme difficulty made it a worldwide hit without help from any big studio. Masdar City in the United Arab Emirates was designed to have zero emissions. Work began in the year 2008. It runs on solar energy, and its streets are placed to guide desert wind through the city and create natural cooling like outdoor air conditioning. In Austria, the Vienna Vegetable Orchestra is a music group that uses vegetables instead of normal instruments. Carrots, zucchini, celery, and peppers are cut and shaped right before the show. They become flutes, horns, and drums. After the concert, what is left is cooked into a shared soup. On the coast of Zadar in Croatia, a sea organ turns the motion of the waves into music. Architect Nikola Basic designed a system of tubes under a set of stone steps. As the sea pushes air through the tubes, it makes soft notes without any human playing. The electric diode violin changes how we think about instruments. Instead of a wooden body, it uses circuits and tiny diodes that turn string vibrations into an electrical signal. Every note can be shaped and changed instantly into new digital sounds. In Luray Caverns in Virginia, there is a giant organ that plays the cave itself. Each key hits a rubber hammer against a specific rock formation. The rocks ring like bells. Engineer Leland W. Sprinkle spent years finding which stones made clean musical tones. The Picasso guitar is shocking to see. It has 42 strings spread across 6 different necks. It was built by Linda Manzer for Pat Metheny. The design was inspired by Pablo Picasso. The guitar is extremely hard to tune and to control, but it can create thick harmonies and sounds that a normal guitar can never make. In the past, corn cobs were used as toilet paper. In rural parts of the United States, people kept dried cobs in outdoor toilets. The shape and texture worked well. They were cheap, easy to get during harvest, and could even be reused. Hungarian architect Erno Rubik invented his famous cube to explore how objects move in 3 dimensions. After he mixed up the first prototype, it took him more than 1 month to solve it himself. Later, it became a global puzzle hit. Today, speed cubers can solve it in about 5 seconds. The first film of a solar eclipse was made in 1900 by British scientist Neville Maskelyne. He attached a camera to a telescope and filmed the eclipse in North Carolina. He had to do exact timing to capture the right instant. This short piece was the first time science and cinema met in that way. Tarantulas can swim. Their hairy legs push against the water like tiny paddles, letting them glide across streams. In the Amazon, some species often cross water to hunt. Even though they look scary, they usually are not aggressive while doing this. The Russian dance called Berezka creates the illusion that the dancers are floating. The women slide forward as if they are not moving their feet. The steps are hidden under long dresses, and they balance on the tips of their toes. The effect represents grace, femininity, and a soft link to nature in Slavic tradition. Olympus Mons on Mars is the tallest volcano in the solar system at about 14 miles high. Its base is about 373 miles across, wide enough to cover all of France. The central crater is big enough to hold a city. Scientists say its size is possible because Mars has low gravity and no moving tectonic plates. The chrysalis of the butterfly Titharia terracina looks like a living jewel. The cocoon shines bright green with metallic gold details. The shine comes from how light bends and bounces, not from paint. The fake gold look confuses predators because it seems like a piece of metal, not food. Hybrids called zedonks and zorses are born from crosses between a zebra and a donkey or a zebra and a horse. Their bodies show stripes in some zones and smooth fur in others. Most of these hybrids are sterile. They are usually bred in captivity for study or tourism. This shows that equine species still have partial genetic compatibility. The Jolly Look is a build-it-yourself instant camera made mostly out of cardboard. It works with Instax mini film and does not need batteries because it uses a mechanical shutter. You assemble it like a kit, so it teaches how cameras work. Even though it is made of recycled cardboard, it is still sturdy and takes real photos. Nickelodeon released collectible SpongeBob figures based on internet memes. Fans could get characters like Caveman, SpongeBob, or Handsome Squidward with the exact same faces from viral screenshots. They were made for both kids and adult collectors. Some rare versions sold out in a few days, and then the resale prices jumped online. The cucamelon, sometimes called the mouse watermelon, looks like a tiny watermelon, but is actually a kind of cucumber. Each fruit is about the size of a grape and tastes like cucumber with a hint of lime. It comes from Central America and grows well in tough climates because it resists many pests. It is low in calories and full of antioxidants, so it is becoming popular in home gardens. Camel humps do not store water, they store fat. This fat gives the camel energy when there is little food. When the body burns this fat, it releases water as a byproduct, but the hump is not a water tank. A camel survives because it saves fluids very well and can handle extreme heat without drinking for days. The Malabar squirrel, Ratufa indica, lives in the forests of India and has fur that looks painted. Its colors can include purple, orange, cream, and deep brown. It can grow to more than 35 inches long, including the tail. Even with that bright coat, it hides very well in the trees. The Vatican has the highest wine use per person in the world. With fewer than 1,000 residents, most of them clergy and diplomats, wine is often served at formal meals and used in daily mass. So the average is high, but it reflects ritual and tradition more than private excess. The Wood Art Vietnam channel transforms simple blocks of wood into pieces of functional art. Using traditional tools and impressive skill, its creators carve, burn, polish, and assemble with pinpoint precision, proving that craftsmanship can still amaze in the digital age. Amidst such natural creativity, the stoat stands out for its ability to blend in with the seasons. During the winter, its fur turns snowy white, and in the summer it changes to an earthy brown to camouflage itself among leaves and roots. This elegant hunter, agile and silent, masterfully adapts to its environment to stalk unseen. On land, stunt riding becomes a spectacle of precision and courage. This type of extreme acrobatics, whether on motorcycles or bicycles, involves wheelies, skids, jumps, and dizzying maneuvers. Riders train for years to control every movement, defying gravity with balance and total mastery of the vehicle. Not far from there, a fat bike equipped with Formula One-inspired tires breaks all boundaries. Thanks to its robust design and superior traction, it can traverse snow, mud, sand, or asphalt without a problem. It's a bike that blends sporty engineering with an adventurous spirit. In the countryside, cows can now also be allies in sustainable energy, with special backpacks that capture the methane they generate. This gas can be stored and converted into a useful source of energy for cooking or heating. Thus, an environmental problem becomes an energy opportunity. But if you want something more exotic, Asia is home to the giant hedgehog cricket, a spiny insect that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. This peculiar creature blends perfectly into its surroundings, camouflaging itself among branches and dry leaves to go unnoticed by predators and onlookers alike. Among so many fascinating insects, red fruits also have their superpowers. Lycopene, an antioxidant found in tomatoes, watermelons, and red peppers, acts as a protective shield for our cells, fighting oxidative damage and helping to prevent disease with every bite. To move enormous loads in remote areas, there are road trains, true titans of the asphalt. These trucks with several chained trailers travel hundreds of miles, pulling tens of short tons without stopping, braving heat, wind, and slopes with powerful engines and experienced pilots. Above the clouds, Skydeck offers a futuristic flight experience. This transparent capsule, installed high atop some airplanes, allows passengers to see the boundless sky with breathtaking panoramic views that completely change the way we travel. Meanwhile, in Russia, artist Alexei Sergeyenko built a provocative work, a throne made from royal banknotes. This piece, as striking as it is critical, brings to the table a powerful reflection on the role of money in our societies and the way it defines hierarchies and decisions. Creator Totalanton surprises by making skateboards from unusual materials such as glass, stone, or even recycled elements. Each board is a blend of creativity, design, and rebellion, challenging the established order and proving that innovation can also run on wheels. And from India comes Carom, a traditional game that blends the precision of billiards with the simplicity of shuffleboard. On a wooden board, players pocket chips using only their fingers with technique, strategy, and sharp reflexes. It's a classic at family gatherings and also has international tournaments. A group of athletes play soccer while parachuting, with the ball in the air and adrenaline pumping before opening their parachutes. A physical challenge that combines height, precision, and absolute vertigo. Continuing with impressive skills, the dogs observe and imitate their owners. They copy gestures, routines, and even emotional behaviors. This is yet another example of how much they understand and adapt to human life. This same connection between humans and their surroundings is seen in sandboarding, like snowboarding, but on dunes. It's practiced in the deserts of Peru and Dubai, and each descent is a battle between speed and hot sand. Just as original is the art of an Italian who strikes aluminum trays against human faces to create relief portraits. The impact not only creates shape, it also surprises the audience with each strike. Nostalgia creeps in with an Easter classic in Mexico and beyond, a bunny-shaped candy. Its creamy texture and flavor make it an edible symbol of childhood. Just as incredible is the case of a woman who reduced her waist to just about 13 inches after wearing corsets for decades. Her figure is a topic of debate between extreme aesthetics and questionable health. Continuing with unusual solutions, Otoset is a device that cleans ears with warm water and gentle suction. Medical technology in action for those seeking relief without cotton swabs. And speaking of relief, quesadillas are a tortilla-shaped balm with cheese and mushrooms or squash blossoms. They are eaten at any time and represent the essence of Mexican food. In the event of extreme fires, the HNE Vario 13 fire extinguisher launches foam with power thanks to its carbon structure. Lightweight yet effective, it's ideal when every second counts. On another level of luxury, the rock candy ring hides a diamond inside a block of edible sugar. Only 300 were made, and you must lick it until the jewel appears. Literally a sweet surprise. From the ephemeral, we move on to the monumental with the Golden Bridge in Vietnam, held up by two giant stone hands. It spans hills and looks like something out of a mythological fantasy. In the world of sumo, the tegata is a handprint signed by the wrestler. It is printed in black ink on special paper, a blend of art, respect, and Japanese tradition. And speaking of feats, Aaron Fotheringham performed a double backflip in a wheelchair. He designed his own chair, trained like an extreme athlete, and turned every fall into victory. Where there are bears, there are solutions. In rural areas of Japan, robotic wolves with sensors, glowing eyes, and mechanical growls are being used. They scare away the animals and protect crops like an animatronic patrol. Vince Refit and Fred Fugan were not far behind, soaring through the skies above Tiananmen Square in China in propelled suits. They flew between cliffs like futuristic birds. And for movement on land, Matt Denton created a six-legged robot with a hydraulic system. It measures almost 10 feet and is ready to tackle impossible terrain that humans can barely see. Not all experiments are consensual. Albert Einstein's brain was removed without permission after his death. It was divided into parts and sent to laboratories, sparking ethical debates that continue to this day. In Portugal, the Aruca Bridge hangs over a deep canyon for about 1,693 feet, connecting cliffs with metal gratings beneath its feet. Each step feels like a suspended flight over rivers and mountains, where vertigo merges with unforgettable landscapes. From the heights to edible art, injected artistic gelatin turns flowers, butterflies, and feathers into three-dimensional desserts. Special syringes inject color and flavor into the transparent gelatin, creating works as beautiful as they are delicious. Nature also creates wonders. In the Mutnovsky volcano, Russia, lies an ice cave with walls that shimmer in shades of blue, violet, and gold. A mixture of lava and glacial water forms a crystal tunnel that changes shape over time. From ice, we move on to surprising architecture. In Yanggu, China, a pyramid-shaped building is reminiscent of Lego blocks. Step structures allow for green terraces, natural light, and a shape that is not only impressive but also functional and stable. When it comes to bold design, the Kingsong S22 dazzles with its sporty aerodynamic silhouette. This electric unicycle blends speed, comfort, and futuristic style, ideal for moving around the city with class. But for dangerous moments, a pocket-sized taser delivers a shock that shuts down muscles and brains for a few seconds. While it doesn't cause permanent damage, it immobilizes enough for escape, accompanied by lights and an alarm. In small spaces, convertible furniture is the perfect solution. A bed that becomes a sofa, a table that becomes a shelf. Design and functionality come together to take advantage of every inch without losing style or comfort. Nature isn't far behind either. Some sea snails look like jewels, but are lethal. They use a poisonous harpoon to hunt, injecting toxins that paralyze their prey in seconds. Just as there are surprises under the sea, Amsterdam's canals hide thousands of bicycles at the bottom. Accidents, pranks, or carelessness end up turning them into rusty sculptures, unearthed each year as sunken urban treasures. Cats not only use their sight and smell to explore, but they also create mental maps of their surroundings. They use sounds, scents, and landmarks to remember their homes and owners. When they get lost, familiar sounds and routes help them find their way back, strengthening their connection with humans. From Chicago comes Oscar Jakian, an artist who transforms ceramics into fantastical characters. His work combines ancient techniques with modern themes, creating monsters and figures that seem straight out of legends. On the other hand, Volkswagen has designed an intelligent system that detects driver fatigue before an accident. It analyzes micro-movements of the steering wheel and driving precision to issue audible and visual alerts. In some models, the technology adjusts lighting and sound to increase alertness, acting as a virtual co-pilot. In the ocean, barnacles are small crustaceans that attach themselves to whales or turtles thanks to a sticky substance. This transport gives them constant access to food areas without expending energy in a relationship where the host is not harmed. Gaspar Lebedinsky, an American artist, turns common objects into striking visual art. From a banana peel to a paperclip, he transforms everyday objects into sculptures and photographs full of humor and creativity. In terms of safety, foam firefighting systems are designed to extinguish fires involving flammable liquids. They cover the fuel with a barrier that prevents contact with oxygen, effectively stopping combustion. Cheerleading tournaments combine gymnastics, dance, and acrobatics to create energetic and precise performances. Human pyramids and pitches require practice and confidence, as a mistake can be dangerous. Cheerleading requires endurance, strength, and coordination. Beyond cheerleading for a team, for those who prefer the water, snorkeling is a simple activity that allows you to explore marine life with a mask, snorkel, and fins. Ideal for beginners, it offers a relaxing view of corals, fish, and marine plants on beaches, lagoons, and calm rivers. In Minnesota, United States, about 121 feet underwater, a lifelike statue of Jason Voorhees lurks in wait for divers. With his iconic hockey mask, this horror movie character has become a macabre joke and an attraction for the brave. Among the dinosaurs, the Triceratops stands out for its 3 horns and its bony ruff, which protected it from predators. This colossus, measuring up to about 30 feet and weighing more than 13 short tons, lived in herds and used its horns for confrontations or warnings. In fighting forest fires, helicopters set controlled fires to create natural fire breaks. These small fires consume vegetation before the larger blaze reaches, strategically halting its advance. In space, tears don't run down the face, but form droplets that float around the astronaut. This peculiarity occurs due to microgravity and can cause discomfort by blurring vision or generating discomfort. On the other hand, birds perched on power lines don't get electrocuted because their feet touch the same wire. Without a potential difference, electricity doesn't flow through them. But if they touch 2 different wires, they would receive a shock. Near the pyramids of Teotihuacan, Mexico, La Gruta is a restaurant inside a natural cave dating back to 1906. This place offers traditional Mexican food in a unique setting, where flavor and history blend with the spectacular atmosphere. In Saudi Arabia, Maraya is a concert hall covered by more than 1,040,000 square feet of mirrors that reflect the surrounding desert. The building appears almost invisible, like a mirage, artfully blending modern architecture and the arid landscape. Tell us in the comments which of these curiosities impressed you the most. Do not leave without subscribing, liking, and sharing for more curiosities.